What's up, live? We are back with another interview. Baby. I got an interview for y'all ass to motherfucking day, baby. Let me make sure all the systems are on. Let me make sure I go to the comment section. Make sure y'all get y'all questions together. I am live. Let me go make sure this phone is on. I'm giving some people some chance to get in here. Let me cut off this Facebook on here. What's going on, folks? Okay, here we go. Let me cut this down. Make sure y'all come in. I have the one and only Ricky. Okay, it's on. Gotta make sure my phone is on as well. What's going on, y'all? It is Wednesday. We have another up and close and personal interview. What's going on? What's up, Doris? I see you already checking in. Y'all come on in. Make sure y'all comment, share, and like the live. Make sure y'all give us some hearts as well. And we're going to get this interview started once away. Don't forget that the duet is tonight at Chase's 3217 The Plaza Road. Make sure you come out with your partner and do it to win this cash and money. Make sure you come out. Make sure y'all get y'all questions ready for Ricky. And we're going to go from there. So let me go ahead and start this show up. What's going on? I am back. You know, Beyonce out hunting for Team B. Let me bring Ricky on.
What's up? How
there you go. Was it easy or hard to do?
It was a little complicated at first, but I got it.
Ricky is here. So get them comments and questions is ready for him as he introduces them. So go on to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, for those that don't know me, my original name is Ricardo Fajardo. That's my legal name. I go by the name of Ricky Haratina Adams on stage. A little about myself. As you could tell, I'm Latino. I got an accent. I moved to the United States when I was 17, following a dream of becoming a better person, becoming more than what I would have been if I would have stayed there. That was my dream. I never thought I was gonna make it. I was really insecure when I moved here. No English whatsoever. I had to learn everything from scratch. I moved to North Carolina in 2011, and that's when I met. I was a go-go dancer. I started as a go-go dancer back in New York, in Rochester, New York, and when I moved to I started there. Not ashamed of it. Something that helped me a lot was when I met Arabia. She just opened my eyes to, just be who you are. Don't let nobody bring you down. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in your life. Just make sure you stay true to who you are. And that's something that I was going to carry with me. Then I met Kyle, who turned my life all the way around. Like I said, I was really insecure. Didn't know what I was going with my life. I was only 21, 22 years old. And he completely took over and changed me all the way around.
So, is it 21 when you wanted to be an entertainer?
When I was 21,
you start off as go-go dance first. So, how did you become an entertainer?
I became an entertainer thanks to Kyle. He pushed me to do my first pageant, which was Mr. Unlimited back in 2015. It was a little hard to figure out how to become an entertainer and live in that side of my go-go dancing to a side, like how to perform as an entertainer. It was hard for me to figure out. So it took me a while to okay, this is how I should entertain as an actual entertainer. So yeah, I started entertaining back in 2015, 16. Then I stopped for a while to regroup because I feel like it was taking a lot of me, and then I came back in 2016.
Oh, so you took a break.
That's when I competed for my first pageant that I won, which is that one up there on the very top, Mr. Gay Universe. That was my first title. that I obtained.
Oh, you got. I'm just right now. I'm just sharing. I'm just sharing our conversation on different platforms so people can get on here.
I can't really hear you. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just. I was just sharing our lives so people can get on here
Okay.
because a lot of people want to see you. I know they want to ask you a bunch of questions. So, like I did with Malaya and I do with all my entertainers, I definitely want to know your background as far as your family goes, and do they accept you in this lifestyle?
Well, I came out. Being a Latino is really hard. I feel like it's hard for everyone, but when you grew up in the environment of like being a Latino, it's like you feel afraid of how they're gonna react. Are they gonna accept you or not? So I was really nervous when I did it. I was 19, but I was already in the United States, which makes it a little easier for me because I already had started my life. The first person that I told was my dad, because he's really strict. He's probably watching too. Um, and it bring me down to tears because I was already crying prior to telling him. So when I told him, all he'd say was, just carry your last name with proud and don't let nobody play with your feelings. And for me, hearing that from my dad, who I thought was gonna be less accepting,
Yeah.
like it just, I don't know, it was a whole different feeling. Then my second person to tell was my mom, and as soon as she welcomed me, it was like I felt like I was free. I was like, like it was a
Right.
free moment, cause and the reason why I did it, it was I was tired of pretending to be a person who I was not. So I felt like I was making everybody happy, but I wasn't happy myself. And that's when I decided, you know what, like I'm just gonna go for it. So whatever happens, it's gonna happen. So everybody said to me, my brothers and sister, they're my biggest supporters. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be hard, but it wasn't.
So, how often do you go back home?
I try to go every year for my birthday. The only I haven't been in 3 years. I didn't win when Maria happened. I didn't win now because of COVID. So 3 years that I haven't been back home, but I try to go every year to see my parents.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
If y'all have any questions, just put them in the comments and I will get to your question. If you have any questions, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Make sure you show us some hearts. You know, ain't Ricky looking cute? Ricky always been cute, honey.
I'm rough. I got my haircut tomorrow, so I'm looking rough.
So you started entertaining. So you went from go-go dancing to entertainer. Do
Correct.
you see a big difference?
It's a huge difference. Because when I was go-go dancing, I was insecure, and the only reason why I was doing it is to feel good, like to feel like people like me, people like actually see me. Because at that point in my life, I was going through so much that I feel like that was the only way to show like myself and people to like me, and I was completely wrong. Hmm.
But from the show, honey, who touches you more, the go-go dancers or the shows? Like far as physical, like who touched the boys, as far as the boys,
Physically,
who
well,
touched you the most?
although when I was go-go dancing, they get to touch me, it was more like I was in control. Like, okay, you're allowed to touch me, like wherever you allow you to touch me, like, and that I was on control still of it. When it comes to performing, I don't feel I don't know. I feel like it's not the same. So like, but go-go dancing definitely like it was some really crazy experiences when I was go-go dancing definitely.
So you go-go dance in New York. Did you ever go-go dance anywhere else besides in New York?
Yes, I go-go dance at Chemistry nightclub, and I also go-go dance at Legends in Raleigh.
Because I don't remember you go-go dancing here. I just know you
Oh
as
yeah,
an
it's not that many.
okay.
Yeah.
But I just know you as an entertainer.
Yeah,
I think
because I feel like when I actually like started promoting on my page and stuff like that, I was already an entertainer. I already had crossover.
so. What do you like most?
What I like most, definitely entertaining. It's just like for me, entertaining. Go-go dancer was more for me. It was for me to feel secure, for me to feel like I was good looking, for me to feel like I was important. Performing is more for me to give, for me to see other smiles, for me to see other people like enjoy themselves. That for me now is what fills me in. You know, make sure that everybody enjoys, like the moment. It makes me happy.
So what people? So have you always been insecure about your looks or whatever, or people have always told you was cute?
If I ever been insecure
Insecure about your looks, or you just
about my
always knew
looks,
you was cute?
I feel like I was insecure back then, like really, really insecure. I still have some insecurities, but I don't live for other people, for other people to like me. I live for me. If I like myself, that's all that matters. But back then, oh yeah, definitely.
What Tanner said? He said, "Who's your favorite child?"
Who's my favorite? Tana, please. I only got two, and they're both my favorites.
So far as the gay parents and stuff like that, how do you feel about today's gay families and stuff like that? Because I asked everybody that, I asked Artez that, I asked Malaya that, because we feel like it's very different now and back in the day. It's very different now. How do you feel about gay parenting?
Gay parenting. That's a good question. When it comes to like myself, my experience as my drag parent, it's completely different to like some that I have seen. I don't judge anyone because everybody does everything different. But my drag parents, they were more of, if your personal life is not together, then you shouldn't care about this entertaining person
Yes,
until
yes, I believe
your
that.
personal life is together. And
I
for
definitely
me,
believe that.
I admire that. You know what I mean? Like, when you teach your kids that their personal life comes first, your drag is second, that for me is big. You know what I mean? Like, my Kyle would tell me, like, I'll be like, hey, I want to do this pageant. Is your money together? Is your personal life together? Then you ain't doing it. Sit down. You know what I mean? For me, at first I was like, wait a minute, like, I'm the one like doing the pageant, not you. But then like, I had to think about it, like, he's right. Because I actually did a pageant. Oh my God. I did a pageant without his permission, and he showed up. I didn't even expect for him to come into the pageant. And he showed up, and my package was definitely not together. I wasn't ready to do that pageant. And I would like to say it was Mr. Don't Hate. And there he was. And I was nervous. And he looked at me and said, let it be the last time you do a pageant behind my back without your package being together. And it was a lesson learned.
Yeah.
So yeah, parenting these days, I've seen a lot of drag parents, for example, Imani Valentino, who lives here in Florida. I admire her because she's also really like into their kids. You know what I mean? Like, and I admire when you care so much about your kids. For me, that's a big, big thing. So many entertainers that I have seen that they want drag kids just because, oh, he's good looking, let me add him to my family. Oh,
Right,
she's good looking,
right,
she performs amazing, let me
right.
add her to my family just to have kids. I also seen a lot of drag kids that want to be part of a family just because of the name.
Right.
When I decided to put the last name on my name, yes, because I want to honor my drag dad and my drag mom, but also with that being said, I also had to put myself out there and make sure that I'm representing what I'm carrying with me. Because a
Right.
last name is only gonna take you but so far. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, you could have this big last name that everybody knows, but if you're not carrying yourself to the standards to, like, represent that last name, it's only gonna take you but so far.
Right. 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 Definitely. Because I believe that it has definitely have changed, and like you said, most people just getting because they this and they that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not taken serious like it used to be. It used to be taken serious.
Mm-hmm.
When gay kids they have nowhere to go, they stayed with their gay parents, like they helped them out. How it's a big difference, a way
Mm-hmm.
big difference to this day. It definitely is a big difference. But yeah, whew, that's a hot subject for me because I can talk about that.
Listen,
That's a hot subject for me.
definitely.
So what do you see yourself going within these couple of next months or next years, like far as pageant wise goes?
Pageants, why? Ooh, that's a good question. I just did one back in April, and I'm thinking and just like settle for a little bit, and I just want to help more to others that want to do pageants and help make sure that everything is okay with them, and then like probably I won't do another pageant to next year's. I just want to make sure that I'm completely ready, completely prepared. Not only when it comes to like my package, but also mentally, physically.
Right, right. So do you like pageants more or shows?
I love shows more because, like I said, it's my way of giving, my way of like making others smile, making others happy. When it comes to pageant, it's a lot going on, a lot that comes with it, like the stress, like make sure that everything is together, make sure your money is
different people
together,
judging you that five
backup
different
dancers,
opinions.
hotel. So it's so much going on, like it's crazy. So, but I also love it. I love once you're on the stage, I feel like all that goes away.
Yeah.
And like I was talking to my sister and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna feel so like close to a pageant because this feels like, when you go to on stage question and you don't know what they're gonna ask you, you're like, oh my god, what's it gonna be? So that's what it feels like. But yeah, definitely I enjoy pageants, but I definitely enjoy more doing shows.
Yeah. I enjoy mostly doing shows as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take pageants or lead pageants. Like y'all can have that. But
Yeah.
I do mostly shows. Y'all, make sure y'all get y'all questions. Get your questions in. We'll be right back with Ricky Knight Adams. We'll be right back. So get in your questions. Get in your questions. Welcome back. That's a beautiful bed set back there. I love that set. Where you get that from? I like that set.
Thank you.
That's definitely for between the sheets. You got a lot of love on Facebook. On here, they're showing you a lot of love.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, there goes my sister.
She's definitely on
I
here.
was talking
Make
about
sure
her.
y'all get in y'all questions because this is the perfect time to ask him anything while he's here. Make sure y'all get in y'all questions. Write y'all questions in the comments. Make sure y'all like and share this video. He is here to answer y'all questions. Right now, this is the only chance I think he'll be doing this. And this is the only platform that you can do this on.
And don't be shy. You could ask me question about both of my character. You could ask about Ricky, you could ask about Ricardo. That's what I mean. Like
We don't
I'm an
know
open
much
book.
about Ricardo. So what's up with Ricardo in this love life?
What's
Who's
up with Ricardo? Ricardo, I feel like Ricardo's more like, for those who personally know me, like for example, like Malaya, who knows me like really, really well since I moved to North Carolina. Ricardo's more like the shy guy who hides behind Ricky, because Ricky's more like like he just explodes. But Ricardo's more shy. He's more like more giving, more loving. With my love life, I've been single for 3 years now, and I'm enjoying it.
Yes. Single again.
Definitely. I have put when I moved here, I was trying to get myself together first and like completely focus on myself and my family. So now I'm putting myself out there and see what happens.
So how hard is it just to up and leave somewhere and you a stranger in this city and just up and leave and start your life over? How do you do that? Because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Like I've been wanting to stay in Atlanta or California, but I just don't see myself up and leaving and this. I just don't see it. I just can't do that.
It is scary. It is scary
I just can't do that and just start over. Like, how do you function? How do people function as doing that and just starting back over?
It is really scary because the first thing that crosses your mind is, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it when I get there? What if I don't make it? What's gonna be my next step? You know what I mean? Like, do I have to come back? I'm a Capricorn, so one of my biggest thing is failure. I hate feeling like I'm failing somebody, like I'm failing to myself. But I feel like when I moved here, it was like God was guiding me through it, because when I did move, my job closed. I used to work for Aldo, as you know. I was a store manager in Carolina Place. They decided that they were gonna close my store, and at that time, my lease on my apartment was ending. And so my little sister was like, "Why don't we move?" Because she was in Schenectady, New York. She was like, "Why don't we move to Florida?" And I was like, in the middle of a pandemic,
Right?
because that's when the corona was happening, I was like kind of scared, but like I see how everything was like going step by step, and I saw it as a sign that God was giving me. I was like, well, my job is the store that I'm managing, they're about to close it. My list is almost over, so why not? So we just talk about it, we plan everything, and we just move. When I moved here, I didn't have no job. I only have my savings. So this like the same week, I just came out with my sister, went and did some resumes, and I said like, I'm just gonna go look for a job. And the first thing that I did is I said I want to work on a place where I could still give my customer service because I love customer service, but I want to do it out of retail, out of the mall. Like I want to be somewhere else. And I was passing by Hyundai, and I remember I looked at my sister. I said, I want to work there, and she was like, at a dealership, and I was like, yeah, because I wanted something different. And I went in, gave my resume. They did 3 interviews, and they was like, okay, we're just gonna send you to a drug test, and you're in. And I was like, oh my God, thank you God, because it was like the same week that I moved, and I've been there since.
That is a true
Then
testimony.
the pandemic was still on, so like I didn't want to like still go out a lot because I didn't want to expose my sister, my nephews, and my niece to it. So like when it came like December, like November, December, I started like going out and supporting, and that's when I started like putting myself out there again as an entertainer here in Florida.
That is a really amazing, because that is a testimony. Because I'm so scared of this branching out. I want to. Tanisha Cousin always told me to move to Atlanta for some reason. I don't know why to this day. Every day she had told me to move to Atlanta. She kept telling me, and I was like, I I don't know, because my life here is so well it's like put together. Like there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
but
I don't have nothing wrong or nothing.
the thing is, sometimes we get comfortable in where
Yes,
we at, and we
yes,
just so scared to move forward, move to something bigger, just because we don't know what's gonna happen.
yes. I
And
don't.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's
happened
my
to me. Like
yeah.
there was a point in my life where I was just comfortable, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay here because I'm comfortable. There's no challenges. Like I'm good. But now that I did this, like it feels better when there's challenges and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And once you reach that, you're like, oh my God, I made it. So like you're constantly living into challenges. So like for me,
Yes.
it feels good now.
I think.
So
I
you should
think
do it.
if I would have done it, I think I would be. I really don't know. I really don't know.
I feel like you'll be good. Because of the fact that you're really like you're always productive. You're always doing
Oh
something.
yes,
So people
yes,
like that, I feel
definitely.
like I thought you'll make it.
Definitely, because like even with this platform of this doing this right here, I started off my channel, like my YouTube channel, as far as this doing the basic everyday hip hop entertainment news, just like everybody else. Then I was like, you know what? This is like everybody else. I need something different.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to be like everybody. I need something different. So I started doing these interviews with people that are entertainers and stuff like that, because I think even with not even an entertainer, I just think in our community, period, that we have some amazing stories to tell. The trials and tribulations that we go through, far as telling our families and getting put out
Hmm.
the house, can't keep that house, family not liking you. It's an amazing story how you become successful, and they feel like there's not many people that successful,
Hmm.
within our lifestyle. And that's why I did this platform. I can hear like I can do Malaya's, I can do Omegas, I can do Ajon, I can do Connie Conover. I can do so many people interviews, and then people hit me up every day wanting to come on and do interviews. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like it's been amazing.
And it's
It's been amazing.
like I always say, like you can never knock somebody's situation because you never know. Like, yeah, for you may not be like, oh, it's this that's an easy situation. I could just overcome that. But everybody's different. Everybody reacts to situations differently. Like maybe what is really big for me, like I'm going through a situation like, oh my God, it's so stressful. Maybe for you it's not because you probably can overcome it easier.
Yeah.
So like whenever I see somebody going through a situation, if I think that it's not as hard, I always try to like extend my hand and like help out as much as I can because like you never know what people are going through.
Right. Definitely, definitely. I think
Hmm.
we have a question for you. Let me pull it
What
up.
is it? Oh my God, we're at the Royal Fire Nations again. Probably in the future. It's a great experience. I had to admit, it was an amazing experience being able to. Cause let me think. Cause I don't think I have ever competed with trans men. I think it was the first time that I competed against trans men. And when I tell you, it is an amazing feeling. Like, cause like as you already know, like my drag mom was a trans, and most of my friends are trans, and like it's something that I admire for you to have that courage to become who you are and not care what people say. Like, oh my God, it's like the biggest feeling ever. So for me to compete with Rico and like seeing his personality, just it was just so amazing. So like yeah, it was a great experience. I will come back in the future. Definitely, it's something that I'm not gonna stop until I get it.
Right. Somebody say they love you.
Yeah, Mike. Hey, that's my mom.
Oh,
Yeah, my give up for West Coast Royal Power Nation is gonna be in October. So yeah, if any
so
of you
has
guys are interested,
there
hit me
ever
up.
been a pageant where you did your damn thing and it just didn't go your way, but you know from your heart that you won?
Pageant where I did my thing and it didn't went my way. Huh. I always say winning or losing is, when you go to a pageant, it's as much as you give your best, it's always gonna be judges what they like, what they don't like. So, but a pageant that I did my best and I didn't. The first year that I did Mr. Holiday, I would say, was a pageant that I give my all and it didn't went my way.
Because some people
But then I came
looking at
back the
you.
next year and I just went for it.
There you go. Because some people looking at it like, far as people that don't do pageant, they be like, how can y'all give y'all money to these people? But y'all have 5 people judge y'all and on their opinion and what they say, like they better like some people just don't play it. They don't have, they not having
Mhm.
it.
I learned, and this is something that I teach, like everybody that I'm trying to help to grow as a entertainer, and also when it comes to doing pageants. When you are a title holder and you have to remember you're like a celebrity. You're always out there. Everybody's looking at you, and you never know who's looking at your page. One of the judges for a pageant that you may do next 2 years later may saw something that you posted on your page, and then it's gonna come up. And this is something that Malaya teach me when she threw the plaque. She always told me the story. That story has stuck to my mind. So whenever I get upset, because everybody does, when you lose a pageant, you give so much, and it's something that you want so bad that whenever you feel like you give your all, and you feel like you was cheated on for some reason, you get upset. It's gonna happen. You cannot stop it. But how you react to it, that's on you. I have lost pageants where I feel like I shouldn't been in that place. I shouldn't have been higher than that.
Right.
I cry. You know what I mean? I go to my room and I just like, whew. That was when Malaya was there. And I called Kyle and I was like, I'm sorry that I disappointed you. I'm sorry that I let you down. And Kyle was like, no, you didn't let me down. You bring your game. So that's all that matters. What judges see and didn't see, that I don't care about that. What I care about is that you represent it. And human like, so now when I compete, if I lose a win, I just take that with me.
Right.
I won't be making posts on Facebook about this and this. I mean, I don't blame those who do it, because like everybody express themselves differently, so you cannot. I don't judge whoever does it. But when it comes to like, if you want to really be successful, you have to watch your words, watch what you post out there, because you never know who's watching.
Yeah, you definitely within Malaya. Y'all definitely are two
Oh
pieces
yeah,
apart. I never see y'all get mad. Like I don't never see y'all get angry and just cut somebody out. Like sometimes you gotta let it out. You gotta let a bitch hold it sometimes.
I just
I
feel
don't never
like
see you do that.
there's no point. It's a pageant, and yes, we spend a
No,
lot
not
of
even
money
at the
to
pageant.
it.
I'm talking about general, like this general.
there was a time where I did. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to vent out in public because I don't feel like I don't like to use my social media to like drag somebody down or like post stuff that are negative. I like to keep my social media in a positive tone. When something happens to me personally, I try to like discuss it with the person, or if I do it with like my family or somebody that's close to me. I don't like to use social media for those stuff.
Right, right.
Now,
You know,
if you
I'm
come for me
taking
on
her
social
now
media,
because
that's a whole different
she's been
story.
on here.
Because I
She
will
might-
definitely clap back.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I know that's right.
But yeah,
I'm tagging her now because I think she forgot all about this because she should have been on here. So I'm tagging her now. Because I don't know why she's not on here. She should have been on here. Because I'm sure she got plenty of things to ask. So you're originally from Puerto Rico.
I was born in New Jersey. I was born in Vineland, New Jersey, but my parents moved back to Puerto Rico when I was 1 year old. That's why
I
I like
just want to go there and see how it is. How is Puerto Rico different from America?
my accent.
But
That's
I
what
just want to go there.
one of my
Like-
least favorite categories on pageant is on stage question and interview. Because I already got an accent, and when I get nervous, my accent gets thicker, and Lord Jesus, it's over.
But so this day you still get nervous as far as pageant. And you have won numerous pageant, and you had done numerous pageant, but you still get nervous.
Definitely every time.
See, everybody, it happened to the best of you. So y'all see it here from Ricky now. He still get nervous.
Oh yeah. I always say the day that you don't feel nervous and you don't feel like them butterflies on your stomach, there's no point of you doing the pageant. Because like it's just I feel like that's what pushes you to like like that's something that you learn, like you had to overcome that. So it pushes you to give your best. Like when I did Unlimited, I remember it was 16 contestants. It was my first pageant whatsoever. I didn't know what I was doing. Kyle did like teach me, and like he took me like for a whole 3 months. I will have to go to Virginia with him, so he could coach me on it. And honestly, to God, I didn't thought I was gonna place anywhere near what I placed. So it was 16 contestants. A lot of these contestants have already won national titles.
Right.
So like I see myself like this big, and all these people are like up here. But I said, you know what? I'm here. I'm just gonna do my best. And I think that something that helped me was like it was so many emotions, so many feelings like mixed up together. It was my first pageant. My mom was there. My friends were there. Kyle. And it was like I was upset. I was nervous. It was so much going on that it just pushed me to give my best. And when they called me third runner up, when I told you I wanted to scream, I was like, there's no way in the world that I'm third runner up in my first pageant. Like it was unbelievable. And I feel like that's what kept me from like, okay, if I did it, that means that I'm good enough to like keep going. And I think that's the only reason why I could,
Yes.
I want to be an inspiration. Like nothing, not an accent, know where you come from, know where you were born, know where do you live now. Nothing can stop you from reaching your goals. Nothing can stop you for getting where you want to be. So
amen.
I want to be an inspiration for those who like are hiding because like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough, or I got this like I got an accent and they're not gonna understand me. Like I'm not gonna win a pageant because no. There's nothing impossible. There's nothing impossible.
Right. Definitely right. Okay, y'all, make sure y'all get them questions in. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe. We're going to do a 30-second break, and we're going to come back. So, Ricky can get something to drink and do all what he need to do right quick. We'll be right back.
A little
We are back. We are back with Ricky. How do you say your the second name?
Ricky Hierarchy Night Adams.
Okay, because I always say this Ricky Knight Adams because I can't take the other one.
Everybody does. Most of the people, like whenever I perform, a lot of people just skip it and just go to Ricky Night Adams.
That's what I'm used to calling you. Okay, we have someone need to say something. They said they saw you performing. Who's this?
Definitely. I'll be there this Saturday. The 26th, we're gonna be celebrating Pride, and we have a celebrity coming in. We don't know who it is yet. It's gonna be announced that Saturday afternoon. So yeah, definitely come out and party with us.
Okay, a good question. I want to know because I know people would like to know this as well. As far as entertainers perspective, by us being entertainers, when we do relocate, is it hard to get on somebody's stage, or
Definitely.
what did you have to do?
Especially for us male performers. For a drag, it's easy because you got your looks, you got your your stuff together. It's easier for you to like put yourself out there. All you have to do is go, for how we cannot put all this makeup and hair and stuff like that and show up and be like, hey, like for us it's a little harder. So I do appreciate and want to give a big shout out to Aurora. When I first met her and went to the Copa, like I saw her, I was like, this girl is so funny. And I introduced myself to her and I was, hey, my name is Ricky. I'm a male entertainer. You're more than welcome to go to my Facebook page and look it up. And if you like it, if you want to welcome me to your shows, I'm more than willing. And she opened her doors to the club and she was like, oh, definitely. And she brought me in. And I really appreciate it. And then from there, I just started just spreading the words and trying to get bookings, whatever I could. Because I feel like it's one of the only way that us a male performer can do it. You know what I mean? Like just put ourselves out there and see how it goes. It is hard, especially when because I'm in Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like it's easy for me because I know plenty of people in Charlotte to be like, hey, and they're like, okay, come on, 316 or Scorpios or Chasers, which it was my first stage where I performed, and I'm really thankful with Tiffany. Tiffany is one of the people that I really admire when it comes to the Charlotte area because she doesn't only welcome the queens and the male performer who already had experience through this, but she also opened the door to those that are new, who are just trying to discover who they are as a male or female impersonator. And for me, that's big. That's big. Misha, oh, I love her to that. Like for me, it is okay. I understand that as a venue, you have to make your money. And so if a lot of people don't see big names and don't see people who are good performers, they're probably, oh, they're not going to come back. But it's really important for you to understand also that there's plenty of people out there that are trying to reach a hand who can then help them, to become better, give them the opportunity, the chance to become good entertainers or good female entertainers, and I feel like if you don't give them that chance, that they'll never grow. You know what I mean? And for me, that's something that I admire about Tiffany and Chasers.
Right. Okay, we got another question.
Well, when it comes to drag, I cannot give much. When it comes to male entertainer, well, there's some things that I could say that it could apply to both. One of the things will be expose yourself. Always go out there and expose yourself. If you're starting, I don't know about you, Brianna, you could correct me on this, but when it comes to like a drag, a female impersonator, I would say, practice your makeup, practice lip syncing, get your outfits together before you even think about coming out there. You know what I mean? Like, so that way you come, you like, they'll look to check, oh, she's newcomer, but she look good. You know what I mean?
She look good. She look good.
Yeah. When it comes to males, it's easier because, we don't have to get hair, makeups. We don't have to push as much makeup. So it's like a little easier for us to perform. I feel like that's why a lot of people doesn't see us equal. So when it comes to always stay humble. Always never forget where you came from. Please don't. Because the minute that happens, you're just gonna fall down. I
Yeah.
hate when like, and I always tell God like, don't you ever please let me forget where I came from. Like, I always want to, and every time that I see somebody who like reach out to me like, hey Ricky, and will you mind if I perform with you in the show? Blah, blah, I always try to give them a chance because it reminds me where I came from. You know what I mean? I was that one begging to like, you know, like I just want one chance to like perform. I want one chance to like put myself out there and just I see myself through them. So I
Yeah.
always try to like give the best that I can and try to help them out. So yeah, don't forget where you came from. Expose yourself out there. Try to before you even decide to go on stage, make sure that you're completely ready. Even if you're not 100%, because you'll never be 100%. Make sure
Yeah.
you're ready enough when people will respect you and be like, okay, you know, like I like that person. You know, like let me just bring it up. And just remember, it's not about always about how you look. It's your personality, like your
It
stage
is.
presence. That's what matters the most.
Yes,
Because
it
you
does.
could look fierce, but if you had no personality, no stage presence, there's no point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, and
So
always
is
be yourself.
is there anything in your life that you regret doing?
That I don't regret anything in my life because if I did it was for a reason, and if it happened was for a reason. If there's anything that if I was back in time I wouldn't have done, hmm, that's a good question. I feel like I don't regret anything I had done because if it wasn't because of that, even if it was a mistake or anything that I'd done that was wrong, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So I definitely don't regret anything.
So
Um,
how
Things that I
long
had
do you see
done probably
yourself
wrong
performing?
to people, definitely will I will change that in my life. There's people that I hurt intentionally and not intentionally, and looking back, like if I would definitely do things different if I knew that what I had done had hurt people.
Mhm.
Definitely I would have done some things differently, but I'll never regret anything in my life because if I did it was for a reason.
Yes. How long do you see yourself performing?
How long do I see myself before? Not too long. I'm getting old. I actually pulled muscle 2 weeks ago right behind my thigh, and it took me a long time to recover. I'm just going back to doing split now, but hopefully I will give myself like a 2 years, 3 years, and then I just want to
That
like
was you and that was you
help
and
as much
Malia
as I
say,
can.
I don't see y'all leaving the stage, period.
Yeah. Should a male performer start doing a newcomer pageant before doing? If I'm honest with you, I never had never done a newcomer pageant.
I was gonna ask you about
um,
that because I never known you to do a newcomer pageant.
nope. That was my goal. My goal was I do recommend you to do it because it prepare you to know what to do. But when Kyle decided to put me out there as a to compete for pageants, he told me there's nothing newcomer about you. You're not gonna do a newcomer pageant. I fight with him so much because I was like, I want to start as a newcomer because I want to experience that, you know, like growth, like oh, I'm growing. You know what I mean? And he was like, nope. He was like, if you don't compete with the best, then there's no point. And he just threw me out there to my first
Because some
pageant.
people,
And
they no shade. Some people stay um when they start doing newcomers. It's like you say, they stay where they at. Like they never want to compete against the regular or classic or at large. They just stay newcomer. And some of them stay no shade. Some of them stay newcomer for like 5 to 6 years. Like oh
yeah,
my god, damn now.
and looking back, I'm glad that he didn't let me go into the newcomer division because it just pushed me. It pushed me to where, you know, like I don't care who's competing as long as I know what I'm giving. That's all that matters. And I feel like a lot of people, the reason why they send the newcomers is because they see these big names. Oh my God, this person's competing. And they're like, oh, no, no, no. Like, I just stay here. So I'm glad that. So to answer the question, it's up to you. It depends. If you feel comfortable enough where, like, yeah, man, I just going to go for the bigs, go for it. If you don't feel comfortable enough and you want to start from the bottom, that's good as well. So it's all depends on you and how comfortable do you
Definitely,
feel.
definitely.
Well, just hug me. If I could help you with anything, I will. I promise.
So
But
what
yeah,
So what do older Ricky would say to younger Ricky?
Ooh, why wouldn't he say? um, well, I would say just trust yourself. Trust yourself more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, cause it doesn't matter what anybody do, and this is something that I taught myself. I do listen when people tell me, hey, you should do this for talent, you should do that for a presentation. I do listen, like, to, know ideas, but I always go to whatever feel in my heart that is good. Because if I don't win presentation, if I don't win talent, if I don't win whatever category I don't win, it was my fault. It was my decision. It's something that I would never regret because I did it myself. Now, when you do something that somebody else tells you to do and it goes wrong, then what happens? Like, you'll be like, I should have listened to myself. I should have done what I wanted to do, and then you're like, that's on your head. So when I told myself, trust yourself more, just be yourself. Be yourself. I was more into like clicking because I wanted people to like me. Like I want these people. So I was that person that would like look acceptance in people. And I was try to be like a little more just because I wanted people to see me by this person. And like later on, like I started like, you know what I mean? Like it's not about that. It's about being yourself and showing who you really are. That's what takes you to longer places.
That's true. That's definitely true. Mm-hmm. So, do we see a boyfriend in the future for Ricky?
That's a good question. For the moment, I feel like I'm in the process of, putting myself out there and talking, but nothing serious yet. So it would probably be a while before. Yeah.
Now, the last time I seen you,
I was in a pretty long relationship, so.
yeah, we definitely know about that.
It takes a while. It takes a while to, like, it literally, like, when you're like in a long relationship, it takes so much of you without you even realizing. Relationship. It just takes so much dedication, time, trust. Yes. It just takes so much that these days, and it's like I always say, like whenever I talk to someone, I'm like, you mean like relationship these days is not the same as it used to be before. Like these days, especially in our community, they just wanna hit it and run.
Right.
Let's hit it and I'm out. You mean like they don't want that aspect of our relationship.
Right.
I mean, they don't want to spend the energy, time. So yeah.
So I'm about to get in your business. So no, Ricky has dated former All-Star Corey Taylor Chanel Iman. So do you see it easier, but as being in a relationship with another entertainer or not?
When it comes to the entertainer life, it could be challenging just because if there's the mentality of, okay, we're both male entertainers, or you're a female entertainer, I'm a male entertainer. If there's no mentality of like helping each other, and you see the other person as a competition, especially when they're both males, like that's no. Like my mentality always.
That's one question I always wanted to ask you.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm the kind of person that I don't know. I love to support. I don't know what it is in me, but I'd rather see you succeed before I see myself succeed. And I had dated both. I had dated female entertainers before, and I dated male entertainers. And
y'all hear that, girls? Y'all got a chance.
Communication, a lot of communication. Like I'm not saying it's impossible. It's challenging, but communication, a lot of communication.
Because I thought a girl like me didn't have a chance.
You probably do. You just need to put yourself out there. But yeah, like communication. Like, wait, you've been there. You've been in the shoe too, right?
This is about you.
No, but I'm saying like you know what's that feeling of like dating somebody who's also in the entertaining industry. So yeah, it's definitely challenging, but it's not impossible.
Definitely.
But I told myself I would never date another. I mean, but as a gift, it was my longest relationship. So
you know what? You never know who you fall in love with.
True.
Once you get somebody a chance, you never know. Opposites do attract.
Do attract.
Opposites do attract.
Yeah.
Well, true. I want to thank Ricky for coming on here, telling his stories.
It's my pleasure.
Ricky. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So where can I get you at next?
Next, when it comes to performing, I'm gonna be at the Copa the 26th. Also gonna be Sawmills, which is a campground. From there, July, I'm gonna try to just relax in July because June was way too much going on. Like my trip to North Carolina was so much, so I'm just gonna take July to just relax and, you know, just compose myself and plan for my future shows. We're gonna start our Latin nights at the Copa in July, so keep an eye on that. I'm planning another trip to North Carolina probably in around August, so you probably will see me around. And then after that, who knows?
All right, y'all heard it here first. The one and only Ricky Knight Adams. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Don't forget that you can catch me at Chases 3217 the Platts Road for duet competition. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I love y'all.
See ya. You ready? You ready? She back.